Okay, we should be live now. So yeah, today is June 5th regular GSoC meeting. Yeah, we are recording this session as usual. One of the things to keep in mind that it seems we have some issues with Hangouts on air because yeah, we had 2 recorded sessions today and yesterday. And in all sessions, we had the issues with screen share recording. So yeah, just in case we do some screen sharing, maybe the information may be lost. Hopefully not. Okay. We don't have a specific agenda for today's meeting. Some updates. We got a doodle sent out for first code evaluation phase. So yeah, on May 24th, sorry, on June 24th, the evaluation phase starts. And what is our plan is by June 24th, the majority of tasks within the scope for first coding phase is completed. The mentors will start the evaluation, and we will use this gap in order to do some org things like doing demos for other contributors, presenting work to stakeholders like special interest groups, and also doing some planning for the next coding phase. So our expectation is that by June 24th, we finish active coding for the phase, and then we do some clean up things, etc. if needed. But yeah, then coding continues in 1 week. So this is our plan. And yeah, do you see my screen, by the way?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, now the screen was definitely messed up, but now it should be clean. Okay, so yeah, this is what we have. Regarding the rest, well, I think we just keep coding. What we discovered over past weeks that not all students requested knowledge transfers, and not all students got the required knowledge transfers as a part of community bonding. So if you feel that anything is missing, let's discuss it now. And yeah, if needed, we will schedule additional sessions. So yeah, we have several people on the call, including Jan. So is my screen visible? Because Natasha says it's not.
Yeah, I can see it now.
Okay. Yeah, so Natasha, Yefei, everyday. Do you have all the information to do the coding, or do you need additional knowledge transfers?
I have some questions, actually. It's like about some blockers.
About knowledge transfers or about the project generally?
I think it might be some general knowledges. So
Okay.
I don't know if I should ask right now.
Yeah, well, bring the topic up and we will see whether it makes sense. Okay.
Just show you what it is, right?
Yeah, well, so what's the area you want to talk about?
All right, it's just about the. Oh, wait a minute, I'm gonna share my screen.
Okay, please do so. Yeah, because basically, maybe Martin understands what's the context. I don't understand what you're asking about so far.
Okay, wait a minute. All right. So here is a question. So basically, I have a base class called no, it's not this one. Called oh, I built the wrong plugin. Sorry, it's a mess. Here, I have no base class called disk, right? And then I have some derived class. So which means and there is a hetero list that is called inside the disk pool. If you look at here, you will find there is a property called repeatable hetero property, and it points to disks. And this disks is a list, right? It's a list of disks. But I want so potentially there might be multiple types of a disk. What I want to do is like every time when I load the disk, I want to first load the config jelly here. And these are the fields in the base class. And then I want to add some. I want to add a. I want to include the config jelly in the specific disk type here, like in here.
Yeah.
There are some. There are some type specific fields of each derived class.
Yeah.
And then what I do, I noticed that in EC2, it does like this. There's config.jelly. They just do some stapler, include the descriptor and something like that. But when I do in my plugin, it just doesn't show up. I don't know. Is there anything I needed to like some prerequisites I need to meet to make this mechanism work?
Well, the mechanism you're looking at the EC2 plugin is quite outdated mechanism for Jelly, because now what we use is a repeatable property, describable property, and other things. So what you see here is old implementation which was used before.
All right.
Yeah, it's still operational, but yeah, in the most of cases, you do not really want to have it in the new code base. Regarding the question itself, yeah, maybe it's something to ask me. But yeah, if you want to ask me, there is opportunity to mention me in GitHub, or maybe bring a question in the mailing list. Because I didn't know that you have such a question. I'm not sure when it was asked. But yeah,
I plan to ask you here on Wednesday. It's just a question.
After the meeting is perfectly fine. So we firstly discuss general topics, so then we can use the rest of the time to do such Q&A. But yeah, basically the approach for such questions is that you just ask in the mailing list or in the chat. Because if you wait till this meeting, you'll probably lose several days while waiting for this meeting. And yeah, we want the project to be more dynamic.
Okay, thanks. I've done my asking.
Okay, so yeah, we can discuss in details later, but yeah, it's probably not the question for this meeting per se, though yeah, we can discuss it later. Okay, back to knowledge transfers. Do we need any? Okay, maybe another question. Does everybody know what is expected by the end of the first coding phase?
I think yes.
Yeah, so if you need this information is actually available on the student page.
Actually, I know. I mean, I know. I raise my hand and say I know what needs to be done.
It's just for others as well. So yeah, if you scroll through this list, there are some details about evaluations. But yeah, generally we expect you to have online presentation. This is what we have doodle about, and yeah, publish a summary page. In addition to that, of course, please spend some time on planning the next phases, because some projects in the first coding phase already struggled to go forward because there was no clear plan what to deliver as a part of the first coding phase. So keep it in mind when you start the second coding phase, and use this time in order to do planning, because it should really help you to iterate quickly when the coding starts. Okay.
Okay, I know. So sorry, I didn't open my mic. I didn't turn on my mic. Yes, thanks.
Okay. So regarding the rest, Natasha, do you have any questions?
Yeah, I would prefer not to ask them when everyone is on, if that's okay. Okay.
Okay, that's fine. So do you want to talk after the meeting?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, let's do that.
Oleg, should we have the org admins on, or do you just want to handle that individually?
It depends, Natasha. So if you want to have other org admins on the call, let's do that.
Yeah, I think everyone would be fine.
Okay, then I'll just send a meeting invite right after this meeting. So if we do it, well, maybe in 30 minutes, is it fine with you?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll send the meeting in parallel with the discussion. Okay. Okay. Regarding the rest, any other questions? There is some background discussion from somebody. Okay. Yeah, I guess it was Swedish. Okay. Regarding the rest, so if there is no questions, I think we can just close down the meeting, or maybe mentors and work admins would like to add something to the contents. Anyone?
I just want to say, Oleg, that it's much easier for org admins to track questions in the mailing list.
Yeah, so questions go to the mailing list as long as possible. So regarding the question from UFA, yeah, if we are on this call, we can take a look. But firstly, there is no guarantee that this question really makes sense to discuss with everybody. Then yeah, it might be complicated to just do it because, well, somebody needs a background, etc. So discussing it offline is the preference.
I have a question for Natasha.
Okay.
Natasha, do you have a link to your design document?
No, it's just something that I wanted to talk about.
Okay, I'm just trying to complete the important fields in the community bonding tracking spreadsheet, so that's why I was asking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
No more questions from me.
Yeah, I'm missing any other fields, Martin?
The repository for the working hours plugin is not set in the spreadsheet.
There is GitHub.com Jenkins CI working hours plugin. So this is the main repository for the project, and I believe that actually it's one we used. Just a second, I'll share my screen again. Do you see my screen?
Yes.
GitHub.com Jenkins CI working hours plugin. So yeah, this is the target repository where we expect all the changes to land. At least this is my understanding for the project.
Okay.
Yeah, there is already some pull request, but yeah, I guess that yes, it was discussed in the Gitter channel. The plan that Jack will be pushing code here because right now there is a private repository in Jack's repo where the coding happens. And yeah, I also noticed that it's something confusing for people because yeah, there was a question in the mailing list from Zachary about progress in the project, and since there is no pull request, etc., it's really hard to track it down. So yeah, basically by the end of this coding phase, we want to have that all projects in public operating within Jenkins CI organization.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, I think that it applies to all projects. But yeah, basically we have hosting request from Natasha, and other projects already operate within public, so remoting, role strategy, external workspace manager, they use existing plugins. Promoted builds for pipeline, we also use existing repository as a target. So yeah, I think we are good there. Okay. Anything else?
Nothing for me, Oleg.
Yeah, nothing from me as well. Yeah, I sent an invite for the sync up, so yeah, we will jump to another meeting in 10 minutes. So yeah, if you want, we have 10 minutes in order to discuss other stories. Okay. If you do you want to discuss your question, or do you want to proceed offline?
Well, I think I will post a new mail in the public mailing list. I think you said that the previous mail is not the header is not good enough. So I just want to create a new one.
Okay. So yeah, when you create a new query threads, make sure that you put a topic subject to the title, so that we.
I'll try to keep the mail as long as possible, because I can track the issues in one mail, but it looks like it's not good. Okay, thanks.
Okay, thank you all. So if there is nothing else left to discuss today, thanks everybody. Let's just keep this meeting short so that everybody gets more time to actually write code. Good. So yeah, thanks all. See you in 1 week or at the next project meeting.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
Thanks.
See you. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, thanks. Bye.